Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today let's discuss how we can add attachments into SharePoint list. So I'm making this video because I've got a lot of requests from the people who comment in my posts or my videos. They wanted to know how we can store the attachments or files from Power App screen to SharePoint list or a document library. Okay, so today let's explore how we can do that. Now, if you can see my screen, I have opened just a plain canvas app, okay, blank canvas. And here, if you see, I have one of the SharePoint site that is communication site. And I have created a list inside that is area hierarchy. Now, let me go back to my canvas app and I'm adding this as a data source. The SharePoint which we just saw, I'm adding it as a data source. Now, if you see, I'm taking that area hierarchy as my data source and it is added. Okay, now I'll simply insert one of the form. Okay, I'll use the edit form, and with this edit form I will drag it, arrange, and then I'll add the data source to it, that is our area hierarchy. Okay, as you can see, it has auto populated few of my fields from the SharePoint which the form generally does. Okay, and we can remove whichever we don't want and we can keep whichever we want, it's up to us. But if we edit this fields here in the right hand side, okay, and go to add field, there is something called attachments. You can right click on attachments and say add. Okay, as you can see, my attachment control is added. Let me drag it to the full width. Okay, and I'll increase the height a bit more to cover all the fields. Okay, now this is my form and I've add the attachment field as well. I'll insert a button now. I'll name it as submit button. Very well, and let me change this form mode to the from the edit mode to the new default mode. Okay, and in the submit form I'll simply use a function that is submit form, and this is the form name, submit on form 1, and I'll add a success message, I mean a notification type of thing, that the details have been submitted successfully. Okay, and I'll say notification type success. Cool, so this has been added. Now let's see how the attachments will get added into my backend data source, that is SharePoint list. Area name, I'll name it as something called Texas. Parent ID is, I'll name it as 5001. Level name is region. Area code 001. Level is 1. Full path something. Test. Area ID is 001. Okay. Now I'll add an attachment. Let me add any chat GPT image, or I'll add some PDF. Okay. Or yeah, I'll add this PDF of mine, or else let me find some more legit one. Okay, I'll add this one of the PDF which I have and now I'm submitting this form. So it says details have been submitted successfully, which we have given. Let me go back to my data source and refresh this, and I'll scroll down. Okay, the new item has been created. The text is was the area name and all this which we have added. Let me edit this to see the attachment. I'll scroll down. If you see, my attachment is present here. Similarly, we can add more attachments using this form. Now, as soon as it's submitted, it will go back to the view mode. We can turn it back, and we can always use the functions which we have, like new form function or edit form function, to change the default mode of the forms. Okay. Now, in this attachment, if you can see, there is some of the limitations, like maximum attachment 6 has been it's been added. Sorry, maximum is 10 has been added. Okay, and sorry, this is the maximum attachment size. We can increase this 10 MB to max 50 MB, and maximum attachment is 6, which we can increase it up to our as per our needs. Okay, and we can restrict it to one as also. It's all up to us how many attachments we want it. Now, for some scenarios, like for example, sometimes we will have a UI constraint, like, right? So the customers will want only few fields which are present in different place, and they just want a attachment to be shown for them where they can add attachments, and after that they want to take it somewhere, right? So to do that, there are one more way to make it work. Okay, what we can do is, for example, I'll remove all the fields from here. Okay, I'll just keep attachments. Okay, now my form control only has attachment, correct? For example, like just now as we discussed, sometimes we'll have UI constraints. So we just will be showing up an attachment somewhere, and here we'll be having some of the fields which are arranged in different manner, or a gallery which are arranged in different manner. And to show that, I'll just add some of the controls. For example, here I'm adding region. Text input. Okay, similarly I'll add some more. Okay, I'll name this as area name, and I'll name this as level. Okay, okay, now instead of submit form, we might end up using patch, right? Patch function to insert the records or edit the records. It's all up to us how we are planning to do it, right? I can write this, say, area hierarchy. This is my data source. I'll say defaults, area hierarchy. Okay, now we'll end up adding the columns. Do we have region? We don't have region, so we'll use level name. Okay, then I'll add it as text input one dot text. Similarly, other column, that is area name, that is text input one underscore one, because if you see, these are the names of the controls, right? Copy this text in one underscore one dot text. Now the last one is level number. text input. Okay, like this will end up adding our patch function, right? Now you can ask me how we can integrate a attachment here, right? And then to do that, we just have to do a simple thing. Okay, whatever your form name is, you just have to know the form name. Okay, and for example, currently my form is form 1 where I'm having the attachment, so I'll say form 1 dot updates. Now this is the formula. So that is one method, and this is the other method to insert the. Okay, it says level number is the value number field, so that's the reason it's giving the error. Let me turn back it to the number field. That's value of. Okay, I'm casting it from text to number field. Okay, now we don't have any errors. So what will happen with this is it will again it will do the same function, like create a new record, but instead of submitting form, it will take the attachment from this form, that is what we are saying form 1 dot updates. So with this it will add an attachment to our backend database, the SharePoint list or document library. It's all up to us. So whatever form you're using, whatever you have been attached, everything will get added as an attachment to that specific list item which you're creating here. So this is how we can will end up adding. So there are two ways. One is the straightforward approach, that is submit form if we have only the form field which we can use. And for example, if we have very difficult, not difficult, complex UI constraints there, in which we will not end up, we cannot add forms. In that case, we can directly utilize just small form control, add a attachment field alone to it, and then you can add a patch function like this, and just at the end you have to say form1.updates. Now, okay, I hope everything is clear. I mean, you are good to go. One more thing is, for example, sometimes people will not, or the client will not want to see the attachment like this. Correct? They want an image to be added or something like that. For in that case, simple thing what we can do is you can just hide this. Okay, you can keep this as is, and but you can add a small image. In that you can initialize collection. With that collection you can add that specific, for example in this items you can utilize that collection name, whatever you have initialized. With that you can again insert the attachments into backend database. Simple approach. Just you have to add an image on top of it, whatever the client wants us to do, and we have to utilize the same collection and add it to the items property of this attachment, and our requirement will be met. Okay, well, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.